Hello, channel. I have my handy dandy Q&A questions that I gathered from my Instagram, which is at Wes__Spaulding, SPAULDING on Instagram. So I basically had a poll on Instagram and asked people to ask questions about being trans or whatever. They were all about being trans though. So, my first question, when was the first time you were stereotyped? Well, this is interesting. I actually was on a date, and I was on a date with this girl, and am I allowed to talk about this? Well, anyway, she basically said something to the effect of, like, if you're on testosterone, why aren't you, like, all over me all the time? Like, why don't you just want to, like, have a bunch of sex? I think people often think that, like, oh, if you're a male or if you pass as male, you need to have, like, a huge libido or a very active sex drive, or just being on testosterone is going to make you some kind of, like, sex-crazed animal. And, that's not necessarily the case for a lot of people. I mean, antidepressants can mess with that. Literally anything can mess with that. So that was the first time I was stereotyped. 2, do I have any internalized transphobia, and how do I get around that? I feel like I do, in the sense that I sometimes get embarrassed or feel unsafe letting people know that I'm trans if I'm in a new space and I don't know how people are going to react. Like, if I get a new job, I'm not, like, quick to jump out and be like, I'm trans, because sometimes it feels safer if you pass to not say that. But then in my heart of hearts, I know I want to be an advocate for the community, and that by keeping myself hidden when I really have every reason to vocalize my transness is, I'm doing a disservice to the community. So I try to avoid that. When I see it happening, I try to go out of my way to change that. A specific fond memory. So the first Pride I ever went to was in 2018 in New York. It was World Pride. It was my first Pride. It was World Pride in New York City. It was amazing. And we were at the Trans Liberation March, which is different from, like, the commercial Pride March. It was like a protest against the, like, commercialized Pride. And we were in the middle of this baseball field, and it started pouring rain. And I just remember I was literally a month out of, like, I just gotten top surgery a month ago, so my scars were fresh, but I was walking around shirtless for the first time outside ever. It started pouring rain, and everybody's, like, running for the, like, cover because they don't want to get wet. But I just stood there with my fresh scars out for the first time ever, without my shirt on in public, just, like, taking it all in, and it was like a fucking Oscar award-winning moment. I loved it. And trans feelings, have I had trans feelings since childhood? I would say I didn't really know what to call them, but I definitely always wondered why I couldn't, take my shirt off. I was always playing in the mud and the dirt and doing stereotypically boy things, and I always liked masculine clothes. I never felt like I fit in anywhere. I was always on girls' sports teams, and I kind of felt out of place, and I always felt like I was just really weird, and I didn't know why. And then when I started getting boobs, I was, like, not about that life at all. I would, like, run around with my shirt like this because I hated it. Yeah, so, I mean, there were signs looking back, but at the time I had no idea. I didn't even know about trans people myself until I was, like, 19, and I started going on Instagram and following different accounts, and then I was like, yeah, I think that's kind of like me. So, thank you for your questions, everybody. I only did 4 because I don't want to make this video, like, horrifically long. But I'll do more of these. Let me know. Give me feedback. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Subscribe. I don't know. Stay safe. Thank you for watching.